Welcome back, my fellow aficionados, and as promised in this episode, we are going to dissect the H.Upmann, which was my fault. I mean, it's destroyed, but anyhow. But before we get into this, the way I'm going to do this, I'll get around the camera, and we'll hopefully the mic. I still didn't get my new mic, but hopefully this works out. What I'll do is I'll cut it, and we'll separate the wrapper binder filler, just so you can get an idea. But just before we get into this, I had one question that I apologize, I forgot to answer it in the previous video. In regards to aging, from Brian, man, that's such a Pandora's box. Me personally, I follow Min Romney. He is world-renowned, probably the biggest Cuban collector, and his knowledge is second to none. But there is also another fellow, Luigi Ferri, who's another one in Italy. But basically, what Min Romney says, like, you have your first maturation, second, and third. And we can get into this if you guys are interested. We can get into it later, but I'll just kind of try to sum it up. So he's saying that you have your three maturations. So depending on the blend and the strength, will dictate which maturation, how long it takes per each phase, which the two of them are kind of on the same page, with the exception, and this was a great read, with the exception when they get to the third maturation. This is the point I'm trying to get to, where Min Romney says that when you hit the third maturation, that there still are cigars, and now we're talking like 20-year mark. There's still cigars from I believe he said the 1950s that still haven't fully developed. Where Luigi Ferri kind of says, well, hang on, when you hit the third maturation at that 20-year mark is when you start to see, especially if it's not maintained, aged well in a controlled environment, where you really start to taper off and the cigars go, you'll hear that term go flat. And so it's very, very interesting. I'd like to research that a little more. I would probably, if you were to ask me today, I would lean towards Min Romney's point that depending on the blend and the leaf, and there's so many factors, that yeah, you could have some cigars that take longer to fully mature than others. Where Luigi's point of tailing off at the 20-year mark, I don't know. It's really interesting. I want to read up on that a little bit more. But yeah, I just wanted to touch on that a little bit. And feel free to comment. Like, if you guys have an opinion on that, it's really interesting. Especially Min Romney's point of view with the maturations. I mean, I won't read it for verbatim, but if you get a chance, look that up, and he breaks it down with the years. You know, it could go from I think he said like 2 to 3 years to 10, 10 to 15 years, depending on the blend. That's just the first maturation. So very, very interesting read. So anyhow, what I'm going to do, I am going to get behind the camera, get everything set up, and we'll get into this guy and see what we got. All right, let's see how we get how this works out. Okay, so here we go. Let's get rid of the band first. All right, don't want to make a huge mess. Using my Cigar cutter, and we're going to cut a little, obviously more, so hopefully the wrapper just this poor stick. Ay, ay, ay. Wow. Okay, so, and you're probably wondering, well, why isn't it all crackly? I wet it so it wouldn't just explode. But yeah. Okay, so come on, focus. Okay, here we have the wrapper. Right, nice, thin, and it's one leaf. It is one leaf. Okay, the fact that I'm reading that this constitutes most of the flavor blows my mind. Like, just, you want to compare that to this? Like, it just makes no sense. I don't understand where this is coming from, but anyhow, so we have the wrapper. We'll put that over here. I'll just put it out of the screen so we can get into the binder. And you know, considering how dried out it is, I'm trying to do this without it exploding on me. Come here. Okay. Yeah, and actually it's two. Yeah. So we have our binder. There you go. Okay. And we'll move this. You know what? I'm going to put it in groups here, and then that way we can. I'll zoom out with the camera, and we can actually take a look at all of them. Okay, so the binder. Now we get into the filler, and this is the point I'm trying to get at. Like this, a little bit of a stem, but this is long filler. Oops. Okay. Now this is really, really dried out, so it'll probably, yeah, this will just explode on me. But you can see how it's all long filler, all of it. And again, oh, that's, and how they bunch it, right? And how there's different, obviously with a different blend you have different leaves, and you can see the colors as well. Okay, so hopefully. Oh man, it's now I'm starting to get a nice smell. Nice sweet smell. Okay, so what I'm going to do, here's your filler. Okay, so give me a couple minutes. Just give me a second. I just want to zoom out here so you guys can see. Alright, so wrapper, binder, filler. All, and this was from Cigars of Habanos. I apologize, COH, for destroying one of these, but anyhow, all long filler. Okay, now this is the issue that I have. How can you say that this dictates the flavor? It just doesn't, I will argue it because it just does not make sense. I mean, you have all the binder and the filler. It just does not make any sense to me. And as I said in the previous video, yes, I understand if you had a Panatella or a Lancero. Yeah, you know what? Does it play a bigger role? Yes, sure, makes sense. You have less filler and binder. Yeah, sure. I won't deny that. But something like this, no way. But anyhow, there you have it. So that is our destroyed. Hopefully you guys can see it well. But yeah, won't be doing that again. Ay. That's painful. But anyhow, just wanted to show you guys exactly what we're looking at and how long filler actually looks like, even though there's a ton of other videos out there that do the same. There you go for cigar science. Alright guys, we'll see you in the next video. As usual, hit like, subscribe. Please don't ask me to do this anymore. But have a great day, folks, and we'll see you soon. Cheers.